Welcome to Microsoft Build 2017. Hi, I'm Kiran Bangalore. I'm a Principal Engineering Manager in the Universal Store team in Windows. I'm going to take you through a quick lap around the Microsoft's new ad monetization platform and talk about the new features we brought out and what's changed over the years. Microsoft's ad solutions have come a long way over the years. We now have over 10 ad networks. I'll talk a little bit about that in later slides. We service over 2.5 billion impressions per day, and our fill rates in the US have gone over 90%. This all adds up to better yield for developers overall. If you look at the monetization options we have within the Dev Center, there are several options in which you can monetize your apps. You can start by having sales and discount, better pricing. You could have better targeted offers. But there are many ways in which you can make money from the store. Advertising is just one of them, and what I'd like to talk about today in deep detail is the advertising aspects of monetization within the store. I also want to call out that there are several different third-party options as well for monetizing with ads. You should look them up as well as developers. Let me get into advertising from the store. If you look at how the journey of an app developer, it starts with building an app, and we highly recommend that you build ads into your app from the onset. Have that experience in such a way the ads doesn't stick out like a sore thumb in the end. Have the experience whether it's a banner, choose whether it's a banner, a video, an interstitial video, or native, and we'll talk about native in a bit. Which experience makes the most sense for you, and bring that into your app in the onset. Once you're done with building your app and publishing it to the store, you next want to look at how you'll bring more users to your app, build that user base up, and then look at how you'll monetize those users, and then the cycle continues by putting feedback back into your app. So in the first phase, which is building your app, we offer the ads SDK. It's a very simple ad unit setup. So if it's a banner, you can do a drag and drop in your Visual Studio. If it's native video or interstitial, pretty straightforward, few lines of code, and you should be able to bring your ads up. We have a lot of documentation that can help you there. I'll demo for you native in a bit. It's a very simple ad setup. And from an ad formats option, we are very happy to announce that we now have native ads alive. You can integrate native ads in your app and be able to take advantage of that. The other formats we support banner. We recently announced the interstitial banner support. It was in a beta form till today. Right at this point, anyone can use it, and we've supported the interstitial video ads as well. From an SDK standpoint, this is the one SDK you'll need. This SDK is framework updatable. What that means for you is that if you have any bug fixes the SDK, or if there's any problems with that, we can actually push those directly to the clients, which means you don't have to go back as a developer and keep updating that SDK. The SDK supports all the required IDs and information that we can pull from the system to maximize monetization. And every time we bring in a new ad network, you don't have to go make changes in your app. You can automatically pick that up. There's no changes from your side. So it makes it very simple to use as a developer from your standpoint. Let me quickly demo this new feature of native ads that we've built. So switching over to Visual Studio, I have a little app here. What I've done is I've gone through and included the Microsoft Advertising SDK. The Microsoft Advertising you can get through a NuGet, or there's also an MSI. Install that. I've installed that on my app, and I've gone through and added a little bit of code here that brings up first instantiated a native ads controller, requested an ad, and then I've plumbed through what we call the onReady event. This is an event we fire from the SDK when the ad is ready to be rendered. Now in the onReady event, I've written some code which basically takes elements of my native ad and goes through and populates it into whatever I want. Quickly running that through. Just give it a bit. So here you see I've already gotten back an ad, and there's many different pieces of that ad that the SDK sent back to me. Things like a call to action, an icon, a main image. In this case, it gave me back a main image. It's an ad that was sponsored by Microsoft. Let me open that up again. It's a Minecraft ad of the title and some other information. With native ads, one of the advantages I have as a developer here is that I can choose which pieces of that ad make sense in my app and make that experience really native to the experience in my app, so that it doesn't look like an ad or looks very different from the rest of my app. In this case, I'm going to take a few pieces of those elements, plumb them into my app, and I'll show you how that looks. So here you see I have a feed of different videos and articles about Windows developers, and I've plumbed myself a little native ad here, the Minecraft ad we just saw. And this ad, if you notice, has a picture, has some text and a title. I didn't use everything that came back from the ad system, but that was a choice I could make as a developer. But also making this whole experience very native to that app experience, so that a developer as you can choose to show this in score screens in your game. You could show this in, if it's an information app like this, you could put it in your information app, depending on how you were showing all the other information messages in your app. Switching back to my presentation. The next phase after you build your app and bring it up is you want to acquire and re-engage with users, so that you build your user base up, and from there on go on and monetize them. So in the promote and bringing your user base up, then again there are multiple different players in which different people you can go to and promote your app and run ad campaigns, so that you can bring more people to your app or get more installs of your app. And we in the Dev Center offer a feature we call Attract. Under the Attract tab, we offer an ad campaigns feature. This is a feature we've had for some time, which allows you to go and run a quick ad campaign, start a campaign as little as $10. Will help you acquire and re-engage with users with relative ease. It's about 3 clicks to create a campaign. You can choose to either run a paid or a free campaign. A free campaign is you sign in to a community program where you barter ads with other people. On the background, what we do is we apply machine learning based algorithms and optimize to who we show the ad and bring the best return on investment on your investment on that campaign. And we support essentially all ad formats. Now with the native SDK, we support native, we support the interstitial banner, we support playable ads, a new format we've been supporting, and the regular banner formats. And most recently, we announced what we call universal campaigns. And in universal campaigns, what happens is when you create these campaigns, the ad not only shows on other apps, it also shows on MSN.com, Outlook.com, Skype. So we can actually find these users that will use your app, not just in apps, but in other properties as well, to bring them to come and install your app. With all our optimizations, we can actually deliver these campaigns, our 90th percentile is below $2 CPI, or what we call cost per install. And as a developer, what you want to look at is, as long as you think your LTV or lifetime value from a user is greater than that, you can use these campaigns to actually bring in more users and then monetize them. Moving on to the third phase, the most important thing is once you bring all those users into your using your app, the next thing you want to do is monetize those users. Make sure you can take those users and actually make money from them. And one of them, like I said, is the Ads SDK. Today we're proud to announce the Microsoft Ad Mediation Service. What this is essentially a publisher system that we've built in the background that tries to get the best ROI for you. It'll give you choice. You can choose which ad networks will serve against your apps. It'll give you control, so you can go in and make changes dynamically. And we'll make sure that you get the best yield, or what we call auto yield, and I'll talk a little bit about that in a bit. The way the mediation service is set up, any unsold inventory you have will go to other exchanges, so that you can maximize the amount of ads that you're selling on your app. The one great thing that Microsoft does is that we'll manage all that complexity with ad partners, so you don't have to go and sign up with other ad partners and things like that. What's coming soon is we're going to bring out like a real-time bidding system. So we're not doing, at this point we've set it up like a waterfall, but very soon we're going to move to a bidding system, so dynamically we can have all the ad partners bid for that inventory as it comes through. Now, unlike the rest of Windows, where we have longer product cycles, we are part of the Universal Store team where we can push out these features on a monthly basis. So you'll see changes to the system coming month on month. If you track the Dev Center, you'll see that you'll come back with multiple features month on month, and we can push out features much faster. So talking a little bit more about mediation as such, essentially by using the system, you don't have to do any provisioning with any of the other partners. We'll take care of the logins. You don't have to go find an API key or something, bring it in. You don't have to make code changes. Once you've bought the ads SDK in, you automatically get ads. And all the new networks will just get added automatically, and you can choose to either have them or not. Or if you fall back on Microsoft, Microsoft will take care of a lot of this for you. So essentially for you, it's like one integration and one payout. So Microsoft will do the payout on behalf of all the other networks, and we'll take care of working with the networks in the background. From a yield management standpoint, our goal is to make sure that for every ad call, every single ad call that comes to you, comes to us from your app, we will make sure we are maximizing the ROI, maximizing the amount of money made on that ad call. The way we do this is we have some user information, age, gender, segmentation, some location, maybe time of day, and whether the person's ad engagement rate is high or low. We have some information from the app and the placement, so it tells me a little bit about what their ad size is, what is the CTR, what are viewability signals, all kinds of different information from the app. And then we also know a lot about the ad partner itself. We know historically how well they've done on your app, how historically they've done on similar apps. And then we apply a machine learning algorithm on this to actually give us a good prediction of what's going to happen on this ad call. And over and above that, we apply things like your publisher quality score, historically, what data we have. And that all gives us the best ad for the best yield at that moment of time, so that we can actually pinpoint the best yield for you as a developer when that ad call comes through. And this will be called yield management, and it's automatically turned on for everybody. So furthermore, if you look at partners, we're already working with these partners that I'm showing on the screen right now. And these partners are coming on board, but not just this. Every month from now onwards, we're working on bringing on more and more partners. So you'll see, as you keep coming back to the Dev Center, you'll see a lot more of these partners show up in your UI that you can pick from and choose to serve against your app. Let me quickly show you that. So this is the Dev Center. I'm just logged in. This is my dashboard. And I pick a product. And if you go under monetization, there's a little section called Monetize with Ads. This is where you would go to create ad units. I have a bunch of ad units. And this is where you could go and set up your mediation. So here I have a banner ad unit and some ad unit. And if you look down below, this ad unit has a bunch of TPANs or third-party ad networks I can pick from. I can choose to move certain ad networks up. App install ads maybe a little below. I could even choose not to have certain ad networks serve or bring them back in. And these changes are dynamic. They get reflected on my configuration automatically. Hit save, and at this point of time, the configuration is saved, and the ad mediation service will pick this up and it'll go through and serve based on my preferences. I can also choose to just say, hey, have Microsoft do this for me, where I just check a box and say, hey, Microsoft, you can do this for me. I don't need to go through and go through and select, and Microsoft would automatically bring the maximum yield for your ad unit without you having to go through and configure it this way. Let's go back. Another big change that we've invested in is to make your app inventory more sellable or make it more attractive for advertisers. So display advertisers are heavily going towards the industry standards that measure viewability of that ad. So they will, and many advertisers have gone to a point where they say they will only pay for an ad if it's viewable. So there are a lot of, what this means to you as a publisher is if your ad is viewable and somebody can see the ad, there are people who would pay a lot more money for it. So by giving viewability standards out, we're making sure that we get the industry best CPMs coming through our ad inventory. We support banner and video, and we support the industry certification partners, that is Moat, AppNexus today, We're working with other partners and we bring them on board. Like I said earlier, we bring them on board week on week. We're also working, which will come soon to your dashboards, is you'll be able to see what percentage of your ads are actually viewable versus not. And then you can make informed decisions of moving your ad around based on that information, and that's coming soon. From an analytics standpoint, like I said earlier, you don't actually have to go and look at reports in multiple places and try to figure out how much money you made from each network. We'll show you that report in one place. We want to be very transparent with our developers, and in that goal of being increased transparency, we will show you when reports have shown up, when if a particular partner is late or if a particular partner report has not come in time. You'll be able to see that in your dashboard. So you know that when you look at a total revenue number, that revenue number is low or normal because, hey, this I'm still waiting on a report that's still not added up correctly. So hopefully it'll help you make informed decisions. And we work in the background. We're working with each partner to make sure that any report we put up on our dashboards are accurate. So we double check our reports with partner reports to make sure that accuracy level is very high before we show you those reports. So all that work's also going on in the background. Let me show you our reports. So if I go back to this dashboard, if you go to the analytics section, which is in your dashboard, go to the ad performance report. Now this is an account level report. You can see my ads performance across my account. And you can see here that I'm able to see I have an estimated revenue column. I can see what CPM I've been getting, what requests I sent, what impressions I got back, fill rate, clicks, and CTR. And if I go back to ad providers, I could pick app install ads, which is our app install product. It's telling me how much money I'm making from app installs as one of the ad networks I'm working with in this case. I also know that the last time reports came in, or as a cumulative, the reports came in on 5/1, on May 1st. I could, we'll also show you some information if it was delayed for more than a few days, why it was delayed or which ad network we're waiting on. So hopefully you will get more and more information. All this information is also available through an API. So if you wanted to, you could download these reports directly into like a Power BI dashboard or a dashboard you've created directly. You don't have to come here and consume this, but all this information will be available for you so that you can download these reports. Back. We've been running this system not only with some of our partners externally, but some of our internal partners. Why this is important is that we've not just put external people to risk or their inventory risk. We've also taken some of our own partners, our own internal publisher risk on this system, and we've seen some very good results. As we roll this out, we'll be able to bring back and show you how this is doing overall. But overall, our initial results have been very, very promising. Essentially, as a call to action beyond this, download that SDK. Learn more about monetization. We'll put up some links. As part of the Microsoft build this year, we have a few store sessions that will talk about the store and our partners in the store. And we have a deep down video for user acquisition. So definitely check out those sessions. We would love to hear back from you. So give us feedback, and thank you.